And then as people come in, we'll just sort of add them as they go. So I suppose we can kick things off then with a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone, wherever you are in the world. For those who don't know me, my name's Maya, and I'm your host for the evening, as well as a manager for communications at WASM in Malaysia. Now, before we get started, if anybody needs French interpretation, we have it available. So just hit the interpretation button at the bottom. Now, I know all of you know obviously exactly why you're here, but just as a little reminder, we have a really special workshop today because it's a bit of a preview to World Scouting's biggest event by numbers, and that's going to take place in a couple of weeks. And we're very privileged to have not just one, not just two, but three members of the team here joining us to take us through what's going to happen and tell us a bit more about what to expect. So we'll hear from Esther, Susanna, and Monse shortly, but before then, if I could pass the e-microphone over to Angel, WASM social media coordinator, who will take us through what's coming up on the horizons for communication. So maybe Angel first, and then Susanna, Esther, and Monse. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. Just quickly, before we jump into everything JOTA-JOTI, I'll run through some key dates that are coming up in October, and also just a quick look into the rest of the year, as we only have 3 months left of 2022. So before JOTA-JOTI, we have World Mental Health Day coming up on October 10th. We've adapted some materials from the mental health toolkit that's available on the service platform. So you can find everything in this Trello card here, some caption suggestions, and also links to the toolkit in case you want to delve a bit deeper with your communications. On October 11th, we have International Day of the Girl. We have a really nice story from Scout Ivy, who's also an intern at World Scouting, about the work that she's been doing in Nairobi with young pregnant women and providing them entrepreneurship skills and opportunities to make a living for themselves. There's a scout.org article that's linked to this, again, all in the Trello card. Of course, one of the reasons that you're all here tonight, we have JOTA-JOTI on the 14th to the 16th. So in this card, you can find everything in terms of assets, key information, anything that you need. JOTA-JOTI is in here. I won't say any more. I don't want to take away from tonight. And also October 24th, we have UN Day. If you haven't seen the amazing work that the delegation of youth representatives and Lynn attending UNGA last week in New York, please head over to World Scouting's Instagram. You can look at the story highlights to have a recap of what happened during the week. But a great day to just acknowledge and maybe refer back to some of the amazing work at the Transforming Education Summit that Scouts did. That is it for October. There's some other dates listed that you are more than welcome and encouraged to talk about, but otherwise that is our key dates for October. And then just a very quick look into the rest of the year. We have COP27 coming up on November 7th to November 18. We will be sending a delegation again to cover in the same way that we covered UNGA. So if you want to take a look to see what you can expect during this time, then there's going to be lots to share during that week in November. We have World Children's Day, which is obviously a key day for a youth movement. So we encourage you to get involved in that. And we have the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence coming up on November 25th to December 10th. There'll be a lot of things that we'll share over those 16 days, sorry. So we encourage you to get involved. And then finally, December, we'll have a wrap up of the year in some capacity. Towards the end of December, there's been some amazing things that have been achieved throughout World Scouting over the last year. So we really want to make sure that we acknowledge that and share all the good things that we have done. And we also have International Volunteer Day on December 5th. So we really encourage you to take this moment to thank all the amazing volunteers that work within Scouting. Maybe you're a volunteer yourself. It's a very key day for our movement. So we encourage you to get involved. As always, I'll pop a link into this Trello board in the chat, and it will also be on the Global Communications Network page, Facebook page. So if you are ever unsure of where to look, you can find it there. And yeah, thank you. There we go.
Esther and Susanna, do you want to take over?
Yes, of course. Let me just open the presentation. 1 second.
But first of all, we want to be here. I mean, Esther is the co-leader communications. That is why she's here, co-lead in JOTA-JOTI. I'm working with her as well. We've been managing the whole idea and concept of communications, and also with us is Monse Lopez from the youth, from the program team as well. So we're going to be your facilitators throughout this whole session.
Yes, thank you very much, Susie. Actually, fun fact, we could do this presentation in Spanish because the three of us are from the Inter-American region, but we will deliver in English just for you guys. So today, as you saw in your emails, and you also saw on the Facebook group, this is going to be a preview of JOTA-JOTI. We're going to talk all about JOTA-JOTI in the communication side, but also on the program side. So we want to give you some insights on the program, and we want to help you prepare your NSOs and your regions on how to deliver and give information out about JOTA-JOTI. So first of all, thank you very much for being here. Good afternoon, good night, good evening, wherever you're in the world. And we would like to see in the chat who has ever participated in JOTA-JOTI. Or if you ever participated, you can send an emoji. If this is your first one, please tell us if this is your first JOTA-JOTI also. It's okay, this could be perfectly your first JOTA-JOTI, and it will be just as good as if it has been your 10th or your 11th or whatever. So please put in the chat any reactions. We have people, it's Maya's first JOTA-JOTI. We have people attending 30 years. We have some ninjas, some dancers, people that have been attending for lots of years JOTA-JOTI. And this year is going to be the same, but different. Why the same? Because JOTA-JOTI is still the largest scouting event that brings together millions of young people from all around the world, online and also via radio. It's one of the longest running global events. So JOTA is actually turning 65 years old this year, and JOTI is turning more than 26 years, more than 25 years old. So it's a really, really long or old event, but together they're both perfectly joint events that are super, super old and existing over the pandemic. That's something super important. We have never stopped doing JOTA-JOTI. And if you want to put it in your calendars, you just can get your calendars, find the 3rd week of October and put it forever there, because JOTA-JOTI is going to be there on the 3rd weekend of October. This year, JOTA-JOTI will be taking place from the 14th until the 16th of October. We assume that you already have your calendars really marked well, and with many, many emojis, and reserved exclusively for JOTA-JOTI. And as always, this is going to be a dynamic program with a variety of activities, of non-formal education activities, including webinars, global campfires, talent shows, live shows, and much, much more. But program is not our specialty right now. We're not specializing program, but we have somebody that's specializing program, and that's Monse Lopez. But she's the co-lead, as Susie already said, of the program pillar, and she's going to tell us everything about the program, or a preview of this year's program. So Monse, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Esther, and thank you everybody for the invitation and for being here. So I will talk to you about what to expect on this year's JOTA-JOTI program. We are really excited about this. So what can you expect from JOTA-JOTI this year? Next, please, Esther. So first of all, you can see the campsite here. The campsite is the same one as last year, so no changes or that. The participants will feel familiar, adult leaders too. So you can go now and start registering for JOTA-JOTI. The campsite is already available. We have some sessions, well, some preview of the sessions online, so you can start preparing yourself and you can start going to the campsite and see what's going on there. Next, please. Then before we start with the preview of the sessions, this year's JOTA-JOTI motto is Together for a Better World. So every session and every activity on this program is conducted through environment, peace, skills, and health. So these are the four pillars of education of WASM, and we are highlighting them through our innovation lab and through the fun zone, the radio, at Leaders Corner. So also our challenge valley will be around environment, peace, skills, and health. So expect to see these four words a lot, because as our youth representative delegation said, on the UN, we are trying to transform education since a lot of years ago, and this year JOTA-JOTI reflects that. Next, please, Esther. So our four pillars of education, the first that I just mentioned, guide our content. So what the sessions are going to be about, everything regarding the session plans are about this. The communication part also, so you will be seeing a lot of promotion on the sessions of the four pillars. And we have something called profiles that will also be available on social media, and you can see more on our official webpage. Next, please. And then we have the previews of the sessions. We are really, really excited. On environment, we have a lot more sessions, but we wanted to highlight these four. One is Our Ocean, Taking Collective Positive Action. This is a session that it's with Ocean Generation, one of our partners for Earthrive, and we are really excited to have them. We have a really nice session on shark tales. He's the one that is delivering the session is working for National Geographic and works with sharks and knows all about interesting facts about sharks. So we are pretty sure that this is going to be a hit. We have a session on Little Less campaign, which is a challenge that is in development for Earthrive, and a walk in the wild for those scouts that really likes to be outside. One interesting fact about this year's JOTA-JOTI program is that it's a clear mix on online activities and static content. So we are really hoping for participants to take activities and do them at home, do them with their family, with their scout group, with their friends. So they don't spend the 3 days online, but they have also activities to take away and to do after JOTA-JOTI as well. Next, please. We got the peace area that we are really into introduction to dialogue. So we are having help from our partner Kaisit. Then we have a nice session on creating a pocket first aid kit, because peace area is not only about peace education and community engagement. We are also talking about a lot of humanitarian action, and we are really proud and excited about it. We have inclusion activities, all type of inclusion. So this is a really nice to have for adult leaders after JOTA-JOTI. And then we have a Stop Disaster game, which is a pretty nice static content that is new, and we wanted to share with you. Then we have one of the areas that is being developed at WASM is Skills for Life, and we are really proud to have it on JOTA-JOTI's program. I really do believe that these are incredible sessions too. We have artistic collab session. We have a really nice session also prepared for our comms team, that it's blogged and potted. So we are teaching our scouts to, well, know how to share information, new ways to share information and artistic ways to do it. We have a really nice session on learning leadership for our young kids and young adults, top tips from youth advisors. And we have a new type of, we want to recognize non-formal education. So we think about how can we teach scouts to put it on their CV. And there is a special session on get hired, build your CV with scout skills. So we really gonna push for all of you to enter that session and to, well, most that enter, you can promote the session because it's a way to start recognizing everything that we learn on scouting. Next, please. Another amazing and new area that we are testing is health and well-being. So we are having, as last year, we are having a mental health matters session, which is a session dedicated to taking care of your mental health, to recognize and to be aware of yourselves. We have a nice session on coping skills for stress and crisis that is delivered by one of our mob heroes. We have a Your Wellbeing Guide on JOTA-JOTI, which is a static content that we push you to read and to promote, because it's a guide to teach you, well, as you know, it's an online activity, but we don't want you to be 72 hours, 36 hours, sorry, on your screen. So we put on some tips on how to maintain your well-being online. And then we have a Surf and Smart Safe session, which is how to be safe online, because we care about personal safety for young people or for adults. So we have a lot of not only health and well-being, but a lot of safe from harm on this section. Next one, please, Esther. Then we have the fun zone, which I'm pretty sure everyone loves to. It's the change the world one hobby at a time. So we have a couple sessions on hobbies that are changing the world. We have international playlists for you to play during entire JOTA-JOTI and dance it out. And we have a master chef in the wild, so some cooking recipes for you and your scouts to cook in the wild. I will also like to mention the Amateur Radio Hub, how to send an image by radio and building block challenge. We have our radio expert actually on this call, which is Marcos from Brazil. He's actually helping us develop this area. So thank you, Marcos. We have the Celebration Arena. We have a nice SDG party. So we invite you to be a part of it. If you wanna join us on the SDG party, you can put on your a t-shirt of the best and your favorite color of SDGs to be there. And then we have a Draw Your Dream, all about the next World Scout Jamboree, which is just around the corner next year on Korea. We have the Leaders Corner on how to use JOTA-JOTI for your competitive development as an adult leader. We wanted to highlight a lot for Leaders Corner this year and how can they use JOTA-JOTIs for their advantage. We have establishing healthy relationship between adult leaders in their section or group, which we do believe it's a great asset to attend. Again, I just want to highlight that these are just a sneak peek of the program this year. We have a lot more sessions and a lot of more activities for young people. It's just, we wanted to highlight a couple so you are gonna be excited and you can share it on your social media profiles and your NSOs. And please. Then we have JOTA-JOTI live shows, and I will pass it on. Well, maybe Esther wants to talk a little bit more about the JOTA-JOTI live shows.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, Monse, for all the program preview. I know it's a lot maybe, and that's why we're here, guys, for this communication session to help you guide your NSOs through this many activities. I love them. I love the 4 areas. I think my favorite one is skills, but I think everybody will find which area is their favorite and find which pack of activities they can do to follow that area, or maybe just wander around the campsite. So thank you very much, Monse, for the preview. And of course, we forgot to say, but at the end of the session, we're going to have a Q&A. So if you're having some questions, you can please write them down in the chat. And at the end of the session, we can answer all of your questions. And following also related to program is JOTA-JOTI live shows. Of course, again, this year, we're going to bring them back. We're going to have our live shows that are going to be streamed on WASM's Facebook and YouTube channels. We want to offer many opportunities for young people and volunteers to connect. And one of them is via the live shows. We're going to have 3 live shows this year. We're going to have one on the 14th and the 15th and one on the 16th. And it's going to be at 12 p.m. GMT. You can see the other dates on the other time zones also on the presentation. It's going to be 8 p.m. Kuala Lumpur. So we hope you connect. You can see them live, but it's also going to be saved on our YouTube channel, and you can watch them afterwards. It's going to be a safe space. We're going to have moderators in the chat as always, so we can make sure that it's going to be also a safe space for everybody that's going to be watching our live shows. And we're going to have many more information coming along on this side. Also, something super important on everything general preview of JOTA-JOTI. The registration, of course, the registration is open. It has been open since the 14th of October. Actually, we opened the registration almost a month before the last year. Last year, we opened on September 10th. So it's been open for a long time now. And you can just register at JOTA-JOTI.info. Registration has been working the same as it did last year and past years. We have individual registration and group registration. If you don't have an Scout.org account, you will have to create one during the JOTA-JOTI registration. And we know sometimes registration can be overwhelming, but this year our logistic pillar created a registration guide that you can find in our resource page. And because it's directly on our website and it's not on a PDF guide, it auto-translates when you get it on the website. So it's going to be easier for everybody to navigate. So we recommend you to get in the resource page. Of course, you're going to find more research besides the registration guide, and maybe you can one idea could be you can create your own guide for your own NSO. We have seen some videos from some NSOs that guiding people through registration, and that maybe could be something that you can add on your social media. And one last thing before we get on communication side, we of course have support and help desk working since day one. This is going to be the area of the support part that you can get to, and they will answer all of your questions. You can reach them through three different ways on our website. There's going to be support.jotajoti.info. As the image that you can see on your screen, you have to submit a request, and they're going to answer as fast as they can. Also, you can write them directly at the email that's going to be help@jotajoti.info, or directly on our chat via Facebook that is connected to help desk. So we're going to have moderators and people helping behind the screens, and they're trying to have people from every different time zone and different languages. So it's going to be reachable on at least the 5 or at least 4 WASM languages. But if not, if people are going to connect in different languages, the help desk team are going to do the best as they can to support you and help you. Doesn't matter the time of the day. They're going to be working throughout JOTA-JOTI throughout the clock from the 14th until the 16th of October. And now we're going to move to communication updates. We have been doing many things, and I know that you have been seeing many things. But we're going to move a little bit fast on this part, and then we're going to work more directly on what to do with these communication updates that we have been giving you. So you have seen that we already have our JOTA-JOTI badge outside on social media, everywhere on our Scout shops. We hope that you already been sharing this on your NSOs. It's a new badge that's been designed for this year event. You can, each NSO can license the badge through the official World Scout shop, either for a commercial or a non-commercial purpose. You have to contact directly the World Scout shop for this license, but if you need any support, you can write to us on Slack, if you have us on Slack, via email, now in the chat, and we can orientate you better. But it's super easy to reach out to them. The branding, of course, this year we have a different branding. We have a different logo and a badge design special for this year event. It's also shared on social media. It's available on all of our Trello boards, and I'm going to talk about this in a couple of seconds. But here you're going to see a small sample of our branding. We have different social media posts. We have our logo everywhere posted on our social media, on our website, and of course our Zoom backgrounds. Susie and I are modeling the two Zoom backgrounds that we have. We have a purple one, and Susie is wearing the white one, so you can choose whichever background that you want to use. So please feel free to use it, download it, and spread around the world. Related to the Trello board that I already been talking about, we have a Trello board, of course, this year. Last year, we created a 2021 JOTA-JOTI 2021 Trello board. And this year, of course, we did it again because of the success. There you can find different promotional assets of JOTA-JOTI that will help you promote JOTA-JOTI on your NSO, on your region, and all around the world. You can find photos, videos, captions, and much, much more. I want to highlight one thing that we have added this year. It's also JOTA-JOTI as a Scout.org articles. We have been creating a lot of Scout.org articles that we've been sharing on social media. We have 10 conversation starters to meeting scouts around the world. We have 3 benefits of international friendship. We also have one on being safe online during events. And the last one that we have been publishing is 5 ways to take a spring break. So please, you can jump in, read them, and also share them on your social media because we have created special captions for you. And talking about captions, we have translated captions and videos available. We're gonna show you one at the end, but we have videos translated in 4 languages. We're working on the 5th one. And of course, because you guys want to adapt things and work with your own reality of your NSOs, you can find Canva links available to help you adapt your assets according to your reality and also to translate in case they're not translated. Social media, I think, of course, everybody knows this perfectly here in the Zoom session. We have 3 social media handles. We have Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I can guess that everybody follow us here on our social media handles, but if not, you can go on your phones right now and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We have regular content posted on these accounts and also in the WUSOM channels. One fun fact, last year when we showed you the same social media handles, we had 5,000 followers less. So we have grown 5,000 followers, over 5,000 followers on Instagram only in 1 year. So we're really, really excited about that. And we're gonna have, of course, this year also a promo calendar that's gonna be being published in our Trello board this week. So you can just check it out. And if you don't know what to post each day or you need more inspiration, we're gonna have you covered on what to post each day throughout October or these upcoming days. As Monse said, the website, we also have a campsite, and the campsite is already live on our JOTA-JOTI website. Program is being updated on the website also, and closer to the event, you will find information about these specific events that Monse already told you about, like dates, times, speakers, languages, and much more. But right now, you can jump in, go to the website, and see our live our campsite that is already live there. And that is from the general side of JOTA-JOTI. On the general side of communication, and I'm gonna pass the microphone to Susie. She's gonna talk about actions, items, and next steps, and what to do with all this information that we already gave you. That it's been a lot, but we're gonna guide you through this information.
Yes, and especially focusing on everyone that was coming over here. And we all know that you're interested in promoting and comms. We have developed some external guidance for you to start actually talking about this. Maybe we can go to next slide. Yes. But first of all, and the most important thing that we need to do is to promote JOTA-JOTI, and don't forget to use the hashtags JOTA-JOTI, everything in caps, and scouts, and hashtag scouts. And also don't forget on following us and tag us, so we are able to see how are you promoting JOTA-JOTI nowadays with your country, because we're just a couple of weeks away. And one of the important and a huge call that we have nowadays is the Youth Got Talent. I don't know if you have followed us or even see that, but there are a series of shows that are produced through the JOTA-JOTI weekend. And what we want to see there is we want to see everyone's talent. We have not had a really good recovery, collection of these videos. So we want you to push this, and we want you to contact people that you know that have these amazing talents to submit a video, so we're able to, share it and see everyone over here. And we have a new announcement over here. Is we have a new deadline. It's going to be, instead of being October 1st, it's going to be moved for October 27th. So you will have the chance to submit your videos, and please, we just, that brings so much life into JOTA-JOTI as well, to see everyone connecting and everyone's talent from there. And you can submit your videos in scout.org/use-got-talent. They don't have to be in English. Question, they don't have to be English. They should be from their national language, or they don't even have to have any, they can be muted. Just encourage young people to submit these videos. Next one. And as I said, we started having this excellent idea of how to prepare. We prepare some talking points. I believe you can see that also on the Trello board. It's coming actually a new press release for the JOTA-JOTI promotion package as well, for you just to download it and then make some tweaks about it and then just publish it. And one of the most important is it, especially at this stage, is that you find a strategic ally for you to start sharing this information. And especially if you're planning to do some face-to-face meetings, it's important for us to cover up. It's important for you to, for us also to see where are you doing, and for us to receive those amazing videos and photos as well. Next slide. So one of the things that we encourage you is to use a list and to start contacting media. You can have support in software such as MacBride, and don't be afraid of contacting them in this in the Trello board. I believe as well we have prepared for you some talking points, maybe some ideas of how you can start the conversation with the media. Therefore, it's gonna be easy for you. I know this is the first time that we're just sharing this idea, but if everyone collaborates, we're gonna make this amazing event visible for everyone within your country and within everyone. Next one. And then we also have a promo video that is coming in. It's available already in English, French, Spanish, and Russian. There's also going to be a registration reel available for you to promote registration in English, French, Spanish, and Russian, for you just to grab on and then start promoting everyone. We know that this couple of weeks that are coming are essential for all the participations for Scout. So that is why we have prepared for you this video. And for you, especially to share it, I believe we have made this Trello board not only for doing the promotion, but also for you to start sharing, to make it everyone yours, and start promoting, make this event even bigger. And we're going to put the promo video.
Yep. 1 second.
What a wonderful video. I hope you got excited as well as I did. Okay, so right now we have a small exercise that we want to share with you. I know I see many faces that are connecting. So how would you promote JOTA-JOTI? And we want you to do a small tweet. This means that it should be a short phrase for you to just to clash it down. How you will start doing the promotion within your country. You can either do it in Twitter directly within your Twitter and just put the hashtags JOTA-JOTI and hashtag scouts. Or if you don't have a Twitter or don't want to open another Twitter account, you just put it in one phrase right now in the chat. Tell us, how would you be promoting the JOTA-JOTI? How would you be convincing these strategic allies or allies, I'm sorry, or, you know, even the leaders within your NSO if they don't want to be with you? Please share it right now. We want to see some ideas.
Feel free to use the chat whenever you're ready. Have a couple seconds to think what you would do. We have some very experienced JOTA-JOTIers in the room. I'm sure I have plenty of ideas. So thank you, Marcos. You put one in. Tweet, a suggested tweet. Are you ready for the biggest scouting event of the year? Registration to JOTA-JOTI 22 is open at JOTA-JOTI #scouts.
Perfect. Thank you, Marcus. Yes, we really hope to see more videos.
Yeah, and don't forget about adding those visuals. There's lots of nice photos from your past events. I'm sure you can pull things together, and you can also find the videos on our Trello board.
Would anyone else like to share? I like Marcos. I like yours. It's light. It's informative. It gets the key points out there. It's nice.
We can let you share more content throughout the whole day. We're going to be expecting you to share more content. But basically, this is just another reminder that you're able to adapt all the assets are in Trello. We want you to be creative and to make it this own, you know, to promote it as a personal story of yours and to create Instagram stories from the templates that we're bringing you and to create reels and some other ideas for us to actually be inspired. Oh, thank you, Jay. The world's largest digital event is here. Register to participate. Thank you. Yes, that is what we want you to do. That is why we're putting all these tools into your disposition for you to start, you know, making it yours and start promoting. And maybe you can have a throwback picture with all your pictures within your NSO, some videos, and also to tell us if you need support as well for us to help you in some other programs. As you can see, JOTA-JOTI is really a diverse event. I believe it's the most diverse as well because we have plenty of program activities. You even get lost in all the activities. And also we give you the space to create as well, the face-to-face meetings and in the radio and everything that is going to go there.
Kike's also just added one. Get together with your group and meet scouts from all over the world during the #JOTA-JOTI weekend. Registrations now open. And then the finger pointing to JOTA-JOTI.info.
Oh, thank you, Kike. That was wonderful. This is a really cool call to action.
Yeah, there are super important tips, like adding some small things that make our captions great, our tweets great, adding some emojis, our hashtags, of course, that we only use 2 hashtags, big hashtags, if one only for the event, hashtag JOTA-JOTI, as Susie said, and also don't forget to add the hashtag scouts. And of course, calls to action are also a great thing to add on your captions, inviting people to tag their friends, to share their favorite JOTA-JOTI memories, share their favorite area of the campsite or activities, maybe share their favorite color of the JOTA-JOTI badge. They can share anything on any call to action that you can add on your caption. So that's great. And don't forget to add them, because they give you like a really great sense of community, of making people to participate with you, engage with you on your social media.
Bertold has
also
got
can-
all the hashtags going on his one. The hashtag be prepared for the hashtag fun, hashtag
okay.
attractive. Hashtag attractive. Yep, you've got them all in there.
So maybe actually less hashtags is more in this case, because it can actually be quite hard for people to read when there's too many in the actual text. So I would limit it to 1 or 2 in text and then some at the end. But I just want to add to what Esther was saying, to try to make it also locally relevant for you as much as possible. If in your NSO people tend to join more online or more offline, you can speak to that. Like in Kike's, he's talking about getting your groups together and meeting scouts from around the world. So I know it really varies in different parts of the world. Sorry for any background noise. Because of the different limitations that you might have and whatnot. So if people are meeting in person, really you can encourage that group registration is an option. Some people might not realize that, or individual registration or online participation, whatever might be the case.
And I don't know if there are any more questions, any more captions or things you want to share. Of course, you can do it. But if not, we're going to open the floor to any questions that you have related to JOTA-JOTI, maybe to the program, or to communications. If you need any support from us or anything that we can solve right now, please feel free to write it down on the chat box, or maybe just raise your hand and we can talk here on the Zoom call and answer your questions. So we're open to your questions.
Yep, so as Esther said, if anybody has any questions, please do put in the chat, or raise your hand using the reaction button. Maybe whilst everybody's thinking, I mean, I know we've already, oh, hang on, sorry, we already have a question, so I'll pass it over to Bertold. Thank you.
Please unmute yourself, Bertold.
Yes, thank you. Good evening from Indonesia. I want to know, is the JOTA-JOTI certificate will be like last year? There will be some words when somebody attend each activity, like he attend each of activity, then it will be put in the online certificate. Is it like that or what? Thank you.
So we're gonna have the certificates after the event finishes. If you're gonna do an individual registration, you're gonna receive your individual certificate. But also it's super important to let you know, because we receive many of these questions on social media. If you register as a group, you're gonna receive 1 certificate per group. So the idea is that the leader that registered the group shares that certificate afterwards with all the participants that are part of that group on JOTA-JOTI. But also related on your more specific question, each of the activities that you participate doesn't appear, but it does appear the virtual badges that we're gonna have on the challenges. So if you complete certain amount of activities that are gonna appear on your challenge valley, you're gonna win virtual badges, and once you win those virtual badges, you're gonna appear on your certificate because you want to a certain amount of activities during the event. So it's not going to be exactly the names of the events, but you're going to know that you won a specific challenge because you won a badge that's going to appear on your certificate.
Thank you.
We have a question from Patrick from Hong Kong. So is this the same system of the virtual badges and certificates as last year?
Yes, it's the same system. I don't know if Monse is still here, but we're gonna have same system with different badges this year.
Yes, that's correct. Same system, different activities and different name for the challenges, but the idea is the same. So our participants feel familiar and know how to get the badges.
Yes, so I actually have sorry, Maya, I have the challenges here. So we're gonna have the environmental and sustainability challenge, the peace and community challenge, the life skills challenge, health and well-being challenge, international friendship, and we're gonna of course have the super challenge that is gonna be super JOTA-JOTI Explorer. There's gonna be a more complete badge if you complete many of all other badges. So those are gonna be this year badges, but are gonna work, as Monse said, the same as last year.
So we have another question, but before we go into that question, just to follow up from Patrick, he says, so accounts can still register a child and generate certificates to the scouts within the group?
Yes, if I'm 100% sure, I'm not 100% sure, but yes, you can register a child on your JOTA-JOTI account. So it's gonna depend if it's a group registration again or individual registration, but they're gonna generate when it's a group registration, it's gonna generate a certificate that's the name of the group, and the idea is that the adult share the certificate with all the participants of the group, or all the participants that participated in JOTA-JOTI with the group. So they can have that certificate, but it's gonna be one certificate with the name of the group, not with the individual names, because you don't register, when you register a group, you don't register individual names, you just register a number.
Okay,
So that's super important.
Let me talk about what happened last year. Last year, the system can register a child, and there's a link next to the child's name. We can generate a certificate with the child's name on it, so we can print that to the scouts. Okay, if that's happened again this year, I think this answers my question. What we will have the certificates available to the individual kids. So for parents' point of view, they want a certificate with the scout's name of the kid's name on it rather than the group name. Okay, if the system is the same, that's fine. That's my question.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same. So for the individual registration of the child, is gonna appear a specific certificate next to the name of the at the end of the event. So it's gonna be the same as last year, an individual certificate per child.
Okay, thanks.
So we have another question posed in the chat from Wenjing, and it says, can we have more information on the ham radio program? Will the Global Support Center in KL set up a radio station? What is their call sign and their operating hours? And then as another one underneath, will a JID be provided during registration?
Yes, I can answer some of the questions. You go ahead, Monse. It's better.
So we are gonna have a lot of information on the radio coming up soon. So specific hours and specific information about radio stations will be up soon. So keep an eye on our comms team for that. And yes, the JID will provide it during the registration. Esther, you want to complete something?
No, I think somebody already wrote down, Patrick already follow up on that part of the question. The GID code is already issued. When you register and you go to your account, you can see which is your code. And as Monse said, we're gonna upload more about the radio activities soon, of course, before the event. And on the question about the KL radio station, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if Marco knows any insight about that, about the stations, but I think we're gonna have a station there as every year.
Hello. Every year, the scouts from Malaysia, they run the station of the World Bureau 9 Mike for Sierra. So last year, they put in somewhere in the Malaysia, and they keep during all over the weekend talking to the scouts. Because of the propagation, how to send information by run radio, they also use a lot of digital means nowadays, like DMR and Echolink, so you can follow the information. Like Monse said, most of the information about the run radio will be published, and we already publish a lot of things in JOTA-JOTI.inf/Jota, so you get a lot of information about run radio activities, the run radio handbooks, and a lot of things there.
Thank you very much, Marco. And adding to that, related to the blast part, this year the tech team has overdone themselves, and they have created, I don't know if you saw last year's handbook, the ham radio handbook. This year it's coming back again. It's going to be published, and many languages besides the 5 official WUSM languages. We're going to have it in many other languages are going to be published really soon. So we're going to have a handbook for everybody on radio that's going to be available for download, and you can share it and read more about radio activities, because we know it's super specific about the JOTA site. So it's going to be a super specific handbook for everybody to share and read.
So do we have any more questions? If so, please feel free to raise your hand or pop the question in the chat. We only have a couple more minutes before the end of the session. So if you do have any kind of niggling queries, now is the time to ask.
I have a question for the participants on the call today. I would love to hear some feedback on today's presentation. What do you think about the program for this year? Does anyone have any thoughts, or is there anything that seems interesting for Scouts in your country? Like what areas do you think Scouts in your country will be most involved in? That's for anyone who joined this call from an NSO. Patrick, Berthold, Marcos, any of our NSO representatives?
Yeah, perhaps we get some opinions from those who have been there, done that many times over.
Okay, I think one big improvement this year is that we are releasing the program sooner, like October 1st, because a lot of the activities from JOTA-JOTI need some preparation. And we just let to give the activities during the weekend. Many people around the world cannot do it. So releasing the program early is easier for the many scouts around the world that do not have a good internet connection. So they download the information to do during the weekend. So it's very nice to be read before the weekend. And we also doing putting the information as a website, not a PDF like last year. So the people can use the Google Translator to get to their own language. So this, I think, will also improve a lot of engagement in the activities.
Any other feedback on the program presentation? The assets available? Is Trello useful to you? Do you use it? Have you looked at the Trello board?
Perhaps we could get a hands up. Has anybody looked at the Trello board so far? Maybe raise your hand if you have been on there.
You see the background I should been using already.
Well done.
Yeah, my opinion. Last year I remember last year we did have some explanation on the campsite, but this year we don't have quite depth into it. I mean, last year this time, the same GSCN meeting. Yeah, we have some depth on the campsite, but yeah, this time I have to look around, see what's going on.
You had what on the campsite, sorry?
Last year, we did some depth information explanation on the campsite, what everything is, but this year we didn't quite touch into it. But I can look it up anyway. The campsite,
yeah.
you know, the JOTA campsite. Yeah, for me,
I
it's
know
all right.
It may seem maybe a bit confusing, but what Monse did present is what's on the campsite. It's just she didn't present it as the campsite. She presented it as thematic areas, so like health and well-being, environment, and so on. But you will find all of that on the campsite, and actually, I'd say 80%, if not more, is already available on the campsite. So if you go right now to JOTA-JOTI.info and click on the campsite, you will actually see all of that there.
Okay, thanks.
And also adding on that, Patrick, and adding on what Lynn said, from now on, and you will see it on our promo calendar and on the Trello board. Also, we're gonna explain as the same as last year, we're gonna be highlighting areas of the campsite so everybody can get to know which areas do we have. We're gonna post online that the campsite is online already, but even though it's already online, we're gonna do a special post about it, and we're gonna be highlighting each area, so it's gonna be easier for everybody to navigate. We will try to do it as simple as it can be, so it's gonna be an easy navigation for everybody during JOTA-JOTI. But we're gonna make sure that we have assets and captions available to explain the campsite areas.
We've had some feedback from Bertolt, who said if it was possible to send some information directly to an NSO's official email address, because sometimes you don't necessarily have time to check in on the website, or maybe things get missed that way.
The bulletins are going to everybody on our mailing list, as well as separate bulletin for JOTA-JOTI coordinators. So you should be getting emails.
And we're gonna get one out about program also, so it's gonna be there out, and every bulletin or every scout pack that we have or circular that we have related to JOTA-JOTI, it's also available on a column on the Trello board. So we also made it easier for everybody to read everything that's on the scout.org website. So if you go to the Trello board and you move to your right, you can find a column that has bulletins, circulars, newsletters, and the scout.org articles. So if in case you haven't received the emails, you can see the emails over there that is going to be published for everybody to see, and you can share, use the information to create posts, to forward emails on your NSOs, create your own emails on your NSOs with those information, but everything's available there for everybody.
So we've run out of time. It's just gone over the hour, but Lynn's posted two very important things, possibly to end this call with. The two main call to actions are for JOTA-JOTI. The first one is to encourage people to register, and the second two is encourage people to check out the campsite. So thank you very much, Lynn, for putting those 2 points for people to remember and to take back with them. And youth.
And don't forget Youth Got Talent. I think Susie cut out at the middle of the word, but yes, also Youth Got Talent. So don't forget to share Youth Got Talent. If you have any questions about it, of course, you can write to us, but you just need to upload the videos on the website that Kike already put on the chat. People can share any talent. It doesn't have to be only dancing or singing or playing an instrument. We have received people cooking, reading poems, telling us stories, solving a Rubik's Cube. So it could be anything. They can record themselves individually with their scout group, with their families. We have received also videos with the whole family, outside, indoor, whatever. So everybody's feel free to share the videos, and we please ask you to share it on your NSOs also, because the deadline has extended, but we have only a few more days to receive videos, because we have to Kiki and the team needs to take a look at the videos and then see what goes on the live shows. So please don't forget to share that also.
Yeah, for those who don't know, these videos will be shown on the live shows every day of the JOTA-JOTI. In previous years, it's been very exciting to see all the different viewers commenting on the abilities of Scouts worldwide. So it's a very nice opportunity to show your NSO, to show your region, and show the talents of the young people.
Okay, great. Well, if we don't have any more questions, I'm aware of running over time and keeping everybody away from their work or from their evenings. So thank you so much to our three main presenters, to Susanna, to Esther, to Monse. Thank you for your informative presentation. Thank you to everyone for their questions, me personally, and to Lynn, obviously, for her input. For me, it'll be my first JOTA-JOTI, so I'm really excited. And this was like a wonderful preview for me, and there's so much to take in. I don't know where to start. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. On a completely unrelated note, since I have some NSOs here, if anybody has received some applications for the WUSM Consultants Open Call, please do check your emails to see if any of those applications can be endorsed, because the deadline is tomorrow. So yes, all right. And on that note, thank you so much, everybody. And yes, we'll see you again in about a month's time.
Thank you.
We'll probably
Bye.
see you before that. We'll see you in JOTA-JOTI.
Yes. Thank you very much. See you, JOTA-JOTI.
Good point. See you then.
Thank you all. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye. See you.